beautiful families. Welcome to another episode of What We Eat, a fun, casual cooking show where we talk about life, family, and of course, what we eat. In today's episode, I'm going to show you one of my favorite fish recipes. This is a grilled Pompano fish. Now, I will be very honest. I actually did not grow up knowing this recipe or eating this dish. This is something that I learned pretty recently, about a year or so ago. And ever since I learned this recipe, this has become my personal favorite. And yes, my family loves it too. So here I will take you through how I make my really juicy, delicious, and amazing grilled Pompano. Alright, so now for the ingredients. First, I'm going to walk you through the spices that we will need. I have a teaspoon of turmeric. I have a teaspoon of coriander powder, a teaspoon of cayenne pepper. You can lower it down if your spice tolerance is low, but I recommend using cayenne pepper in this recipe. It gives it a depth of heat. And I also am using 2 teaspoons of coriander powder. I will need a few cloves of garlic. I have around 6 to 7. I am also going to be using a tablespoon of lemongrass, and it has a very fibrous texture. So I'm only using the inside part of the lemongrass, the white part, and I chopped it up finely so that when I'm grinding it, it can make a nice and smooth paste. We will of course need a few wedges of lime. And for the sauces, I have light soy sauce, some sambal sauce, and I have yellow mustard. You can use other type of Dijon or granulated mustard. I just had yellow mustard at home, so that's what I'm going to be using, and of course salt to taste. So now I'm going to be using my favorite kitchen tool, the mortar and pestle, to make my marinade. First, I'm going to crush up the garlic and the lemongrass with some salt, and then I'm going to be adding in the spices and the sauces, and we'll mix everything up in here. So we'll fast track that for you, and here you go. Alright, so now our marinade is made. You have seen me make it, and now we're going to massage the marinade into the fish. Now, this is fresh Pompano that I got from my local Asian grocery store. So I got it cleaned. I don't have the head, and I made some slits on either side of the fish. This is going to help the marinade penetrate into the fish, and it's going to make it extra delicious. All that's left to do right now is put our marinade and massage it in. Alright, so it's nice and marinated. As you can see, I massaged the marinade inside the fish as well as in each of the slits, so that all the spices can go inside really well and penetrate the fish. It will give it some extra flavor. All that's left to do now is cover it and put it in the refrigerator and let it marinate for at least 6 hours. Okay, so now we're done marinating this fish. I took it up 15 minutes ago and I put 2 tablespoons of canola oil. You can use any oil of your choice. And now all we have to do is put it on the grill. For this size fish, I will cook each side for 7 minutes. I will put it on the grill and I will cover it, wait for 7 minutes, and then I'll come back and flip it again and cook it for 7 minutes. So let's get started. Now you can see I've turned the fish, and I wanted to show you guys the mistake I made. The first one was not ready to be turned. You know when your fish is not ready to be turned if it gives you resistance. It was giving me resistance and I still tried to turn it, so now you can see the skin came off. The good thing is the flesh is still there, so it's still fine. But the second one, you can see, I waited and I turned it at the perfect time so the skin is still intact. Now, one side is cooked, I'm going to cook other side for another 7 minutes with the lid closed. Okay, so now the other side of my fish is cooked as well. I cooked it for slightly longer, 2 additional minutes. In total, the fish has been cooking for 16 minutes. I have already checked, it's fully cooked, it's ready to dish up. So now I'm going to serve it on a platter and I will show you how it looks and I will tell you how it tastes. Okay, our fish is ready to devour. I'm going to cut and show you that it's fully cooked, and I'm also going to tell you about the taste. But look at the skin. Can you hear how crispy that is? While the skin is crispy, the flesh is extremely soft and succulent. See how it came off the bone without any resistance? That means it's fully cooked. It's amazing. It is salty, it is spicy, it is lemony, it is herbaceous. Everything that you want this to be, that's what it is. I highly recommend you trying it and sharing it with your family. If you like this recipe, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Always don't forget to subscribe. Leave a comment down below. Until next time, cheers.